Hey guys, it's Kelly, and I just wanted to give you this interesting little spot of awareness because without awareness, we don't really have free will. If we're not aware of our patterns that are unconscious, 98% of our patterns are unconscious. If we're not aware of them, then we can't possibly change them, right? It's an impossibility basically. So this is a really cool place to start to begin to see what it is you're allowing yourself to be. So if you followed any of my work in the past or any of the other great work out there from other transformational teachers, writers, coaches, we talk about the nervous system. So everything that we've experienced in our life, especially in the earliest years of our life, up to about 7 years old, is programmed in our nervous system. What this means is everything that you saw your parents do, everything they did do, everything they didn't do, every message that you got about yourself through the experiences that you had, directly or indirectly, is all stored in your nervous system. Everything that you're experiencing in your life at this moment in relationship to who you're letting yourself be, how much freedom you're letting yourself have, or your freedom you're experiencing, what your financial situation is, how hard you're working for your money, how easy or not it comes, what you're doing with your life, meaning if you're doing fulfilling things or if you're trading your soul for money, working your fingers to the bone, what you're experiencing in your body, how you're experiencing yourself, your level of confidence, how you're letting yourself speak up. Everything that you're experiencing now is all based on what's in your nervous system. So every area of life basically has a glass ceiling on it and parameters built around it based on what you believed was safe as a child. Safe meaning this is who you could be in order, or this is who you had to be, this is how you had to act, this is how you had to show up in order to stay safe. Stay safe meaning not be emotionally hurt, physically hurt, spiritually hurt, psychologically hurt in some way, right? So this is the underlying cause of self-sabotage, because whenever we have these parameters that are built in our nervous system to protect us, and most of the time they make no sense. But when we were kids, it made complete, total sense. But now most of those programs, we've outgrown them. We don't need to be protected like that. So what that means is, we'll use money, for instance, because that's something everyone can relate to. If you saw growing up that work had to be a certain way, and this is how much money was available, and this is how it came, and this is what you had to do to get it, if that's what's in your nervous system, meaning that's what you're programmed with, and you try to step outside of that and say, oh, I want money to be easier for me, I want to have more. What happens is the nervous system will basically throw up a red flag and say, danger, 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 not safe, this is not okay, this is outside our parameter, and the nervous system will find any way that it can to basically keep you the same. And that always looks, not always, most of the time, looks like sabotage, self-sabotage, right? We get more money, but then all of a sudden we get more bills. So we really don't have more financial ease, right? Or we get this great job opportunity, but something happens. Our car breaks down. Something happens that stops us from taking that new opportunity, or the new opportunity isn't anything better than we already have, right? We don't have any more freedom with our money, any more ease with our money. And these patterns will show up in every area of your life. So any part of your life you can totally change. But we have to we have to have a tool that works at the level of the nervous system to basically go in and disarm the red flag. So your nervous system knows that it's safe for you to have what you actually want, whatever that is. So what I want to bring your awareness to today is you feeling more free and more capable of being yourself. And most people don't even know what their self is. And let me tell you why. Because when we're children, we change ourselves. We learn how we have to survive in order to not be emotionally destroyed, basically, in our, I didn't mute the phone. Sorry about that. In our parental households. So we learned how we had to be, who we had to be, and what we could not be. What part of us, if we showed up a certain way, was not going to be approved of, was not going to be loved. So we changed ourselves and we decided I've got to be more like this, and that's how I'm going to stay safe. That's how I'm going to get mommy's approval, daddy's approval. That's how I'm going to get their love. That's how I'm going to keep myself from getting, ridiculed, humiliated, physically or mentally hurt. And so that develops in our nervous system the parameter of who you're allowed to be, which is not your authentic self. It's not even close to your authentic self most of the time for most people. And so we get out of the parental household, but that nervous system wiring is still operating, and it will continue to operate forever until you decide to go in and change it. And this isn't like a conscious decision. You can't just decide, well, I'm just going to be different, because your nervous system will say, well, that's what you think, but I'm still in action here, and I will keep you the same. So who would you be? This is a question to ask yourself. Who would you be? How would you let yourself show up? Who would you be if you stopped trying to get the approval of other people? So even though we're out of the parental household, even though maybe for some of us our parents are not even here anymore, they've passed on, we will still at some level be trying to get love and approval and acceptance from our mom and our dad or our caregivers. So if you could stop trying to get approval and you didn't have to do that anymore, who would you be? How would you run your life? What would you choose? So that's a big deal, right? Some of you might have felt like, wow, that's so much easier. That's like an energetic weight lifted off my shoulders just by saying that. So what if we could disarm that need or the habit of trying to get approval from a place where we don't really even need the approval from anymore? What if we could change all that? What if we could change that in your nervous system so that you could actually follow your own path instead of the path that your nervous system was trying to keep you on, to keep you safe as a child? This is transformational. And this is why I call this transformational work, because it's not just shifting one little thing. It's not just shifting one little thing in your life. It's shifting who you are. It's getting you closer to who you are, to get you closer to a life that feels like it's authentic to you and you're able to show up and be who you want to be, so you can go back to feeling carefree like you did at some point as a child. At some point you did. So ask yourself that question. Take it with you. Who could I be? What would I choose if I stopped trying to get the approval of my parents or of the world around me? Okay. All right, guys. Love you lots. So www.kellymlibby.com. Check it out. Ask me questions. I love to hear from you. And that's it. Bye.